Bawumia TV. Enyansafo nko anehwe.
MPP, this is what they did. And they have never been sorry about this. They have never been sorry once about this. And today they are even in opposition. This dangerous group of people are telling us, oh, they should have killed Kwame Nkrumah. They hail Kotoka. Kotoka, who murdered another general in front of his wife and his kids. Kotoka today is hailed by these same people. Right now, the NPP are heads. They feel that we are their enemies. They want to come in and finish us. They are angry because we have taken our country from traitors. These are a group of people. Somebody like JB Dankwa, na Oye Juma, Emma, a foreign security agency, na Odamoye Omo flag bearer. They say he's one of their finest gentlemen. That's the kind of people we are talking about. JB Dankwa was a treasonous character. He was a snitch. In any country, North Korea, they will hang him, cut his head off, and put it in a trash bin. JB Dankwa. He was their flag bearer at the same time snitching on Ghana. So these are people no matter how angry you are, and I understand your anger. I totally understand. I totally understand. You and I, we all were eager, and we are still eager, and we still insist that prosecution should be quicker. We should see people being prosecuted. But that does not, we shouldn't allow, we should never ever think of looking at the NPP as an alternative. Because the reason why we are angry today is because of the alternative. Because until that alternative is slaughtered, that alternative is destroyed, we will not rest. And that is what we need to believe in. And I know about 90% of people who are frustrated now on social media, on YouTube, speaking on these things, they will every day choose NDC governance over NPP. They are just frustrated because they want to see the people who cause them pain go through pain. When you see people angry, when you ultim comfort bufu ekasa, na NDC abino, again no more year, 1 year prosecuted the pain. They always remember what the NPP put them through. And they believe, we said, for us to move forward, we need to make sure some people are used as scapegoats to turn this country around. You can see 99% of them who are angry on social media, wherever, they are not angry with the government because it's about governance, it's about delivering, it's about economy. No, they are good. Their businesses are flourishing. They know their economic situation before and then today they are good. But they need that done. They want the prosecution because the alternative is what we need to murder. The alternative is what we need to stop. The alternative is the NPP. So I don't see any Ghanaian. And I am just sending this respectful warning out. The NPP is a dangerous political party. In 2024 by taking power away from them. Samira Bawumia will never forgive you people. Samira Bawumia, she will never forgive you people. And the anger in the hearts of these people who in 8 years misuse power. Now they don't trust you people again. MPP, they don't trust you people. Ghana for trust them. They don't trust you people. Say, they don't trust you because at the point they didn't expect you people to react. Right now, the anger in them is what is making them back all over the place. And the mistake we are not supposed to make as a people. But who in their right senses will look back and watch TTEP, pensioner for here, see the way Ayawasu West Wagon, see the thing they did and they held it.
It was a normal morning. Electorates began queuing very early, some as early as 6 a.m. to cast their ballots peacefully and dashed to work. Early reports suggested the process began smoothly, but eyebrows were raised about the presence of heavily armed security personnel, as many as 6 per polling station across the constituency. Political party agents were vigilant, and ordinary people watched from afar, but it was an unusual election day. Heavily armed masked men in bulletproof vests, dressed in black polo shirts and khaki trousers, marked NSC as agents of the National Security Council, seen in police pickups, crisscrossed the main street towards Bawumia, a known NDC stronghold. The arrival of the operatives in Rambo style surprises all. About 25 hooded men in 5 pickups or so jump off. In a well-orchestrated plan, they run across the compound where voters had queued waiting for their turn, creating fear and panic. Journalists begin taking pictures, and that provokes the indiscriminate mayhem visited on them. A senior immigration officer at the scene is captured placing an SOS call as he takes cover. In this video, the suspected NPP Invisible Force members are captured beating a man mercilessly, kicked in the face, whilst others pounce on any civilian in sight, punching them and beating others with the butt of their guns. The chaos forces people to flee as policemen try desperately in vain to restrain the NSC agents. After about 6 minutes, they proceed to their next target, the residence of the NDC parliamentary candidate, Delali Kwesi-Prempong, few yards away behind the Bawumia Presby Basic 1JHS polling station. His house is besieged by the armed men, threatening to shoot as they are confronted by the NDC candidate supporters. They point guns as they demand access to search the house, opening fire with live bullets, leaving at least 18 injured. 2 near-fatal cases were recorded. Bullet shells and blood stains outside the residence attract onlookers, while irate persons seeking to fight back are seen being calmed by the police.
Don't take the laws into your own hands. The police, we are managing the situation.
Senior officers, including Director in charge of Operations Greater Accra, Chief Superintendent Kwesifori, rushed to the scene but look on helplessly.
So they are not your men.
I don't know those who came here.
Do you know the men on the
This
ground?
is something that we need to investigate. But I don't know those who came here. So all our policemen are not masked. You can see from wherever.
So you know the men on the ground. You know your men on the
I
ground.
know the men on the ground.
And they are not marked.
And I can see them when I see them.
MP for Ningo Pram Pram, Sam George, is seen questioning the shooting incident. He is confronted for daring to face them, and he gets his first slap. Listen and watch carefully as one of the men shouts, "This is the beginning of 2020. In the chaos, police reinforcement and military teams arrive, armed but unable to stop the violence. The masked men return to the school compound, finish up with more beatings before setting off. The voting center is deserted while officers try to secure the ballot box and voting materials. NDC National Chairman Samira rushes to the scene, meets the traumatized candidate, and announces NDC's decision to boycott the polls after a brief meeting to prevent.
So here's a reality check. These are the same people. I understand. I agree with you. Prosecution is taking long. And I agree with you, Ghanaians. But we cannot look at the NDPP and feel like, oh, then some for MPP more power. Never even think we have the right to be angry. We have the right to be a little disappointed when it comes to prosecution slowing down. But one thing we cannot do as a people, as a nation, Enya Kurano, We now have peace of mind. We don't go to bed scared. And I believe and I know strongly persecution will happen. But at this moment, I am like you. I am also frustrated. I am also angry. Why are people we know that took our money? But at least we have our country together. We have our freedom now. These are people that, as much as we are trying to hang, in quote, these are people we are supposed to never, ever consider bringing close to power. Things have happened under Ekufuado Bawumia. Samira Bawumia is one of the most dangerous women in Ghana. I am saying this on authority. Personally, I am telling you. After your market, Samira Bawumia, you are one of the most dangerous people in this country. Things have happened. We cannot just forget ourselves overnight because of something that today we are not getting. We forget ourselves. And I know. And every time I see videos of people saying, Mr. President, NDC for Monchinko Fogu, I understand. I'm like you. I'm Ghanaian. I feel it. I know it. I believe you. And I support you. But there's one thing. As much as you are complaining about that, do not ever think of giving MPP power. These are dangerous group of people. Things have happened. People spoke under Bawumia Ekufuado. They were killed. People spoke from their soul.
Mahun said, among who people do now or motorcars and fix the country, no. We before. You can make me NPP. The entire man, yeah, force workers and fix the country, nana, and you know, you're Ghana, how Ghana, you say, nana, and you what life, nana, and you know, my force, I will be a woman and I need to make one because I young go, nana, and now for Abu Dankwa, two boy. Which has I am children. There's a GTI, maybe among women. I just fix a gun in my yard. And I want to fix a gun and not my yard ever go home. Didn't see Anna, young cook, me no Cassa. Cassa, me Cassa Sanch, no, young Cobama, I say, you ever mean. I don't know why. I don't know what could you miss walk boy. Fix the gun and I'm fix the gun and I'm Jamal, I love your feeling. It was in the river. You were and that. A bit of kitchen. Happened to me. I could down that. Without him. Nasayana. The Messiah, there's no good you have about your wisdom, Messiah. I'm not fun having no longer but nothing. As a man came, he did not spot his head, and now fix the country, fix the country, I said, you want to give him up, in your country, fix the country, and the country, and you when I was saying, what life you, and you when I was saying, no, I check, and can you know,
MPP it's a good for to fix the country. They killed him, Kaka. Don't forget these things, so. These are dangerous people. MPP, a dangerous political party. You have the right to be angry today. But remember, the country can never go back to these people. Nobody can. Hey, see, I don't see there any prosecuted there. So, any prosecuting Tibetan Corona by MPP. Any prosecuting here. If you just hand over your freedom to murderers, to people who kill their own and laugh about it. When was the last time I would say MPP for Indian state? About JB Danko BD. Recently, and an 10 years. A brantia or Thomas Kame Kufu the Koya campaign. Omukuno, a one second kuno. Ever seen there? Among your program, Yambo last year. These are the kind of people we are dealing with. I agree with you. Prosecutions, is frustrating me too. It is not easy. And when I make catch political prosecutions are not easy, but prosecutions will happen. But the question here is, it does not matter. We can get to our lowest, but the MPP is never an alternative because the alternative is what we want to prosecute. Now, the alternative that you see as dangerous, that you want to prosecute, why will you go to that extent of even thinking, giving that alternative power? Actually, when they killed in Kofor at Ayawasu West, and the Chiman South, Joe Wise, Ejina Parliament, say, in Maiwa, you Accra as young as 18, 17 years or 16 years, young girl. And people wrote to me, Joe Wise said they were armed robbers.
Were you a bit disappointed that President did not even speak at all about the people who lost their lives in the Kitchener South constituency?
I think that it is not fair for people to refer to an event without going back. What happened? Should the president just talk about if a criminal is shot? He's shot. The crime does not matter. I beg to differ. What happened? The president should stay out. Let the investigative people determine what happened. But I think it's not fair to say that because somebody died, even if he was in the process of committing a crime, it becomes an issue. No, I beg to differ.
The president did not even speak at all about the people who lost their lives in the Kitchener South constituency.
I think that it is not fair for people to refer to an event without going back. What happened? Should the president just talk about if a criminal is shot? He's shot. The crime does not matter. I beg to differ. What happened? The president should stay out. Let the investigative people determine what happened. But I think it's not fair to say that because somebody died, even if he was in the process of committing a crime, it becomes an issue. No.
Joe Wise, on the Bawumia campaign, you be trying to say, Techiman South, you bought Accra with 14, 15 years, you moved to Okuno. So I video waiting and you a question, video way. And I knew Joe Wise question said, Techiman South, you bought big team to Okuno, and people with power. So I video way. South, your boy Accra, small girl who your friend is a Samira, also the small girl Pepe ni Accra, and the Busa Joe Wise. Who is saying one bind was say now your boy would need 4 to a president on your day, Joe Wise, MPP for Parliament, as supporting. You are telling me today because prosecutions and by the way you want it opening MPP is an alternative. MPP are paid. You do your way, they feel say why did you take it from them democratically? They need that opportunity. Because they all know Bawumia, only a man who can make decisions. And a hearing and a control Bawumia, they control MPP. The MPP right now belong to Samira Bawumia. And the anger and pain in her heart, Samira or a dangerous chain poison. And I swear to God, ultimately, the girl Bobby did that. Girl baby and not Bobby did ultimately survive the next day. Or a dangerous chain cobra. Or a dangerous. So poison Kutawa, it is better than Samira. So you cannot just tell me, say, because Abana Bibia per 90%, 10% in a prosecution. You want prosecution more than me, who hear prosecution in China. And I support you. But we cannot make that mistake. Now go for my chance once. God Almighty. Or man one chance. And that chance he gave us was in 2024. To give us back our nation. The NPP are dangerous. Eh? So person know how dangerous they are. You will say Mahmoud Bawumia about Techiman killings. Now 2024, so president Teddy. Ya bomb before 2. Mahmoud Bawumia and Kabi your cabinet. Journalists, when your opportunity to say Bawumia about Techiman killings and you couldn't before. When to me, I'm my answer.
Thank you again for the opportunity. I'll make this very quick. So I was just checking Fact Check Ghana to be sure I was asking the right question. A Media Foundation for West Africa has also fact-checked and confirmed that 8 people died in the 2020 general elections. We haven't heard the president make a statement on it in terms of justice or anything for that matter. I'm not sure I've heard you make any statements on it as well. And I've spoken to a lot of analysts who say that if you had addressed this very early on in your campaign, maybe you'd have had a greater chance at the presidency than you might have now. If you become, and that's a conversation I've had. I just want to find out from you what you make of this, and if you will address this matter. And finally, would you agree with Ghanaians who say that you should apologize for where we are at the moment, especially looking at all the promises that were made and the performance not matching to those promises? Thank you very much.
The question: that 8 people died in the 2020 election, and the president, we have not commented on it. I'm not quite sure whether the president has commented or not. But any time we lose a life in any circumstance, it doesn't have to be an election. I think it's really a very sad event when we talk about loss of life for anybody. And so I think that it's very, very a sad occurrence. People who died during the election, maybe out of conflict or something. So it is something that I hope the authorities, law enforcement authorities, have dealt with or are dealing with. I'm not quite familiar with the full current status of that particular situation, but the people who are responsible should be brought to book to deal with this issue.
Tejiman South killings. Election 2020, Bodipa 82. He's not aware whether the president has spoken on it. We're asking him, 2020, the Kunipa, 2024, the Obisa the second. I don't know what can want some. I don't know why by no initiating any investigations. Or say he's not aware whether the president now, or no say, or yeah, the boss, or no, it's not cabinet for 4 years now. He is not sure whether the president has spoken on it, and that it is the work of the security agencies. We have security men shooting civilians to death. And you, as the chairman of the police council, then, you are telling us that you are not sure whether the president has spoken on it. This is the MPP.